Disney Plus is about to go demonic again, and I am not happy with it. Agatha All Along from Marvel Television, aka Marvel Studios, will be premiering near the end of this month. And it is another huge step into the supernatural side of Disney, of the MCU, and I don't want this. I don't care, per se, if Agatha All Along is a success or not. I don't want it to be because of what is in it. Its supernatural, demonic imagery and storyline. But I'm more worried about what it could signal for the Walt Disney Company and for Disney as a whole. The fact is that Marvel Studios is a business, and they're going to do what makes them money, or what the audience likes. The audience didn't like the Eternals, so you know what they did? They threw away the Eternals. If the audience clings to liking Agatha All Along for its witchcraft elements, then we're going to get a whole slew of more demonic, witchcraft, unnecessary projects. I thought Blade was cool in Deadpool and Wolverine, because to me, he was just a sword fighting guy. And honestly, it wasn't as graphic as it could have been. You know what I won't watch? The Blade films. Because the Blade films are extremely graphic, extremely violent, sexual, and demonic. It's literally him killing vampires. But going back to Agatha, because that's what this video is about, this series is literally about a witch who lost her powers fighting another witch, walking down the witch's road in order to gain those powers back and bringing her coven along with her. It isn't a show about light providing over dark. It's about the dark winning. It's about the dark witches, the witches, whatever you want to call them. It's about them succeeding at gaining more power, at becoming the most powerful entities in the Marvel Universe. I'll watch the film where they get torn apart. As long as they don't use actual demonic symbolism like pentagrams or anything, I'll watch that. I am not in any way tempted to watch a show about these witches literally walking down the witch's road and how they're going to succeed and all the horrors they'll see along the way. And you know what creeps me out even more? Hearing what this show was inspired by. Films like The Exorcist? No. Disney, what are you doing? I don't know what you are doing if you are starting to dilute your brand to literally making a show that is inspired by the most demonic film ever made. One of the most demonic. That isn't the point. Whether or not it is highly demonic. It is highly not family friendly. And you know what's even more messed up about Agatha All Along? It's got a TV-14 rating. TV-14. Maybe TV-15 or 13, whatever. It's got a rating for basically PG-13 audiences. Really? If I was the one at the ratings board and I saw what this show was going to include, I would have rated it TVMA. Because seriously, no kid, no teenager needs to watch the crap that you're going to put into this. This series, honestly, is disgusting that it is even being made in the modern day. I don't know how Disney has gone from being so censored that they literally can't let a character die in a film to we are going to allow paganism and witchcraft and Satanism and all these things. I'm not saying that Disney needs to be perfect, and I'm not saying that I'm going to cry whenever a project isn't squeaky clean. But I am going to make my voice heard whenever they are pushing this demonic agenda, whenever they are making projects like this. And I don't wish any ill will to the people who worked on this show that were unknowing of this, who were just doing it because it was a job. I don't even want ill will for the people who did know what they were doing. Except that I don't want the series to succeed in any way. If this show succeeds, it will send a really bad signal for Marvel Studios and for Disney that they can start sneaking in more of this crap into more and more of their projects. And I want to make one thing clear. You can argue that the MCU's always had witchcraft in it. There is a difference. There is a difference between the Scarlet Witch just simply throwing fireballs and pulling things over, to the Scarlet Witch literally levitating and making pentagrams and twisting people's heads off. The Scarlet Witch you saw in the Multiverse of Madness is different from the one you saw before then. And this isn't about her even. This is just to clarify that I understand Marvel has had witches before, but there is a definite difference between just, a fantasy witch to an actual pentagram witch. And Agatha All Along, I honestly am not going to be signing up to Disney Plus to view. I'm not supporting Disney Plus for this. I'm not. I am not going to sign up for this. I'll happily sign up for Disney Plus when there's something I want to watch, but I am not watching this. And I would advise you, if you don't like seeing demonic imagery, don't watch this. Skip it. It's not worth it. Worst case scenario, listen to a recap of it if you want to know how it falls into the timeline. I wouldn't even do that. I just forget this project exists. I don't care about who's in this show. I don't care if it's woke, whatever. This isn't about that. This is a completely different issue. And I really want to just get this message out there that Agatha All Along does not need to exist. What it is showing, what it is practicing, is pure Satanism. And it's just purely created to glorify witchcraft. It isn't even a show about her learning this is wrong. It is literally a show about her winning to get more witch power. And I understand that she may be a villain, or they might go for the anti-hero thing. That doesn't matter. I still don't care. It still shouldn't have this much in it. Even if she wasn't the hero, we still don't need a whole show to paint her as one for no reason. There is no reason to do this, other than to say, oh, it's cool, she has these purple magic powers and she can create hexes or whatever. No. This show is demonic and awful. No. I am not watching Agatha All Along. I am not signing up for Disney Plus until I can find something worth my money to spend on. And frankly, I would advise you do the same if you don't like this kind of stuff. I'm tired of Disney making these extremely demonic gestures, letting projects like The Acolyte literally reference demonic gods or so-called gods. Whatever the case may be, I'm against it. I am super against this. I'm extremely against this. I know I have a way harsher voice than I do in a lot of my videos, but I'm just done with this, Disney. Disney, I have a short message for you. You used to care so much. You used to be so careful about what you put in your animated films. Heck, you even went back and re-edited The Black Cauldron when it had way too much violence. But now, you are willing to let a show with demonic symbolism be on your series streaming service called Disney Plus. And you are willing to put that under the branding of the Walt Disney Company. You can put it under Marvel Studios, but really, it's just a cover-up for what brand it's really under. I really hope they second-guess this. I really hope they reconsider at some point. Maybe they will if enough people don't watch it. But I am not for this. And one more thing. If they make a supernatural saga to the MCU, I'm going to do the same thing. I don't mind some characters being a bit more magical than others, but it really gets messy when they mess with witchcraft and symbolism. So don't watch Agatha All Along if you don't want to see that kind of stuff. And repost this. If you agree with my opinion, then please repost it. I don't care for the personal likes, I just care for the amount of commotion that will cause. And please, feel free to do so. I don't want the series to prevail, and I don't want Disney to keep doing this. Stop the witchcraft, Disney. Don't do it.